Championship capital of Philippine basketball, the Big Dome. Chris Alec ng Royal Rambulan here in the semifinals. Will it be domination for Ginebra or will it be rough and play in today's game?
Oh, very clearly, no? When you're talking about key cogs, we talk about the locals who provide a lot of scoring suck and will dominate inside the lane. There's nobody in Red Bull who can match up against Alexander than Adam Parada.
And that's why it's so crucial to see if Adam Parada can
For Red Bull. And that's a major discrepancy in terms of balanced scoring. When you
And well, this early we already have a sizable early bird crowd inside the Big Dome. And now, boys and girls, bring out your pen and paper.
Greatest players, Carlos Loizaga. He also coached, among others, the PBA Hall of Famer, Baby Dalupan and Leo the Fox. Omar, once again, our friend, Mr. Gabi Barako.
passed away, and we pay tribute in his memory to a former Philippine Olympic basketball player.
Starting at forward number 2, Billy Mamaril. Also at forward number 10, Junpei Valenzuela. At center number 44, Chris Alexander. At guard number 22, Chris Bakbakan. And also at guard number 13, JJ Altuda. Head coach for the Gin Kings is Junior Chico.
Fielding in JJ Helterbrand, Chris Bacana, Alexander, Junti Valenzuela, and Billy Mamaril.
At ito naman ngayon ang first five ng Red Bull. Napuna natin, no? Si Chris Bacana getting another start here for Ginebra. He did start in game number 1. And in this game, this is only his 4th start in his 12th appearance sa ating Fiesta Conference. So Bacana getting a lift Red Bull. Ganun din si Mike Rayback who didn't start in game 1. But I guess that's how he catches you off guard with his different combinations as far as starting units are concerned. Red Bull, and you know that Rayback is the league's number 3 3-point shooter. That's more mental than anything else. I don't think that's a mechanical error, but it's very mental because I think he realizes that Alexander is a very athletic defender.
Here's Billy Mamaril. He slams it home.
Coach Yengia, no? And before this game, and he said that they are so guard heavy. But before that, ano to?
So here's that slam dunk earlier mula kay Big Mama, Billy Mamaril. Yakult every day okay. Sigurado ka siya.
Nice pick.
Ginebra down by 3. Celino Cruz doing a number here on
Role play that time between Jay at saka si Billy Mamaril. Furious at the feisty. Feisty, of course, referring to Junti Valenzuela because he can rotate about 6 players against those 3 key players ng Ginebra.
You know, one day it could be Celino Cruz. Here comes Celino Cruz. Cruz on the move all the way, and he'll take
Outside, drawing Parada also outside and not able to get him involved in the deep frontliners ng Ginebra to take care of the rebounds so long as...
Here's Mamaril. Mamaril outside. Bacana open shot.
That's firepower. They're not relying on Alexander. They want Alexander there for the defense.
Alexander against Parada. Alexander makes his move. Blocked by the Horda. And the hitman fakes. The hitman fires. Comes up short. We're still tied at 6. And Celino Cruz will...
For Chico.
Are now in the backcourt of Ginebra. Celino Cruz goes. Most of those games, they've won convincingly. Here's Parada. And the Horda goes up without team foul against Ginebra. By the way, Red Bull is in immaculate white. And Ginebra starting unit on the floor for a long time.
That's right. It's easy to buy. And he feels that these players become part owners of that system. Air 21.
Meantime, here's Artadi firing away. Yes, sir! PM3 from Paul Anthony Artadi. Meantime, here's Jojo Duncil. Here's Leo Nahorda. 3-point lead for Red Bull. Artadi handoff Kagiwa. Kagiwa double team. Outside Artadi. Here's Duncil. And loose ball is picked up by Duncil, but there's a steal by Artadi. Artadi on the move, and Alexander sends it home.
And that's the...
So here's that swipe by Artadi. He steps on the gas. And a perfect handoff for Alexander with a perfect finish. Every day okay.
Take away that shot. Ay yung pass ni Artadi, timing na timing, no? Pagtapik.
Slices through outside Nahorda. And Nahorda loses the ball. Here comes Kagiwa. Kagiwa against Celino Cruz. And he is sandwiched. And he makes it!
Yan ang presence of mind ni Mark Kagiwa. In that play, pinagpo na lang niya yung bola. Ito, makita natin. Nandun yung contact. Pato yung bola. Off the board. Yes!
Well, Kagiwa's a force of nature off the bench para dito sa Ginebra.
Totoo yan. Wichiko really had in mind yung rotation ng Red Bull, no? He realizes yung second unit continuity ng Red Bull is so strong. And that's why he needed the spark to come.
A spark off the bench. And here he is finishing this play. Artadi loves doing that. Joey Chico.
You know, Artadi is a player who can really make Mark Kagiwa play. He's not a shot maker. And Kagiwa, his offense really flows from the passing ability ni Paul Artadi.
Here's Kagiwa against Kairos Baguio. And Kagiwa will miss. But Alexander goes.
Ang dahilan, si JJ Helterbrand, of course, maganda nilalaro. Pero itong the spark off the bench, itong si Mark Kagiwa, kita mo naman 20.3 points. It's really a luxury.
Second unit, do not suffer quality loss.
Players off the bench palagi. So now, he's able to match continuity. Those passes can be easily picked off.
Lucky break.
Again, you see yung pasahan nila. Finally, they get the ball inside.
Things are turning out to be different today.
Interesting chances of breaking away sa dami ng mga free throws na binibigay ng Ginebra sa Red Bull, no? In fact, meron ng
Alexander against Parada with 11 on the shot clock. Salvacion on the move. That's blocked by Baguio. And the ball is batted back into the hands of Alexander. And here's Kagiwa for three. Yes, sir!
continuity. That's a check mark for Ginebra. Big scoring, 11-1 na. And look at Alexander with the putback. Another
time winding down in quarter number 2. Here's Huntilla. And he scores inside.
And this rookie.
Here's Huntilla. Alvarez on the move. And Alexander sends that ball along with Chris Pacana. 8 seconds to shoot. Red Bull can take the last basket of the first half. Baguio uncorks with a TM3. Barangay Big Dome in full harness.
Hitting less than 50%.
You know, it's remarkable that he's shooting.
Tama yun.
Dahil nung araw, ayaw niya talaga tumira. It was really all mental.
And nabigyan siya ng pagkakataon ni Coach Joseph Chico. You take a look at what happened in the first quarter.
Chris Alexander on the bench. Adam Parada also on the bench para sa Red Bull. And Menke is rejected. Here's Baguio. And it's an offensive foul.
Or with that attempt in transition by Red Bull, as you take a look at yung forcing through situation dito, ni Cyrus Baguio, Red Baguio with Kiko Adriano on the floor with Rich Alvarez. This is a speed.
Second quarter. Pinisi inside. Baguio. Baguio fires. Scores.
Red Bull, nakita din siguro yun ni Coach Joseph Chico, and that's why he's got the Fast and the Furious and Pacana now playing together. Oh, look at that pass.
Huntilla makes his move and goes all the way for 2. Huntilla with 4 points off the bench, and Huntilla with a getaway. Here's Meng. 8 to shoot for Ginebra. Outside Kagiwa. Kagiwa baseline. The ball was shot. That's going to be...
Yung sinasabi natin kanina about a stopper. Well, before that, here's the shot.
And we're still not settled here. They'll have to...
It's a loose ball.
Wait a minute, there's a loose ball para kay Meng. Gin Kings on the move. Pacana. Oh, nice pass for Meng.
They're sticking to that formation.
Here's Huntilla. Outside. Baguio. Yes, sir. Pangalawang team. Artadi on the right side, and he gets tripped. Yang Giao disagrees with this call.
Ito, panoorin natin kung ano nangyari.
All players, please proceed to your respective areas.
Jojo Duncil's left foot getting in the way. They're actually reviewing the play. And as they do this, I'd like to greet.
That was an extended foot by Duncil, and that certainly tripped. Kita-kita naman natin yun, no? In-extend niya yung kanyang foot. That impeded the progress.
Penalty 1 on Jojo for tripping with contact.
Okay, flagrant 1 ang tinawag.
For tripping with contact.
That's right. Kung flagrant 2 yun, ejection ang penalty. Aside from free throws and possession. Ito, mababati lang natin about the improved free throw shooting percentage ni Paul Artadi. Titingnan natin kung talagang nag-improve na.
But there is marked improvement, I mean, not only in his actual shooting, but his mindset when it comes to shooting from the outside.
That's right. A lot of it is mental. And there's the...
Has said that why not? Why not give Yang Giao a chance to coach the national team? Personal trademark.
I think it's great. I think that kind of a system works very well with a national team where you have a lot of stars on the floor or on your lineup.
Open shot. Zontilla. Not bad time.
Wala to surface. No? That's something that Ginebra fans are looking forward.
Ginebra down by 1. And Kagiwa misses inside. Here comes Baguio. Baguio can't spin out of trouble. Here's Rafi Rivas on the move. Over to Artadi. Points off the bench para kay Paul Artadi. And the lead is back with Ginebra.
And again, quality minute. Well, he's making a difference.
Outside, Celino Cruz, he started this game. And that's going to be an offensive foul against Mick Penisi. Again, caused by the peskiness of Paul Artadi. There was a time Junti Valenzuela was the most hated Red Bull player by Ginebra fans. Now that distinction goes to Mick Penisi. As we go back to live action, and there's a foul. Siguro si Junti ngayon, ay salamat. Hindi na ako pinag-iinitan ng barangay. Somebody else gets to experience that as Tadi makes the first lead, developed into a complete player.
That's right. At saka yung leadership qualities niya, no? Also nila, 5-second violation here. He was taking too long. Tawagan.
Does not happen every day.
Not too often. A rare advance yung bola kay Parada. And sure enough, hindi nabigyan ng bola si Parada. Ball is still in the perimeter.
Here's Duncil from the corner. That's going to be a foul against Celino.
He's got to take that shot within 8 seconds and not more than 8 seconds. Kasi alam niya na yung rotation ni Coach Yang Giao ang lalim ng bangko ng Red.
Parada drop past the Horda. Where's he going? Turns around and scores against the defense. Here's Elterbrand. Junti has been quiet in this game. That shot is swatted away by Parada. Tuloy-tuloy shot ng Ginebra dito. 8 to shoot. Here's Junti for 3. Yes, sir! Entered Red Bull via the express lane. Dire-diretso sa, no draft whatsoever. Direct hire by Red Bull when they joined the PBA in 2000. And he has helped Red Bull win 3 PBA championships. Solid numbers from a solid all-around player. And he was traded to Barangay Ginebra to provide that on-court leadership, tough defense, clutch scoring. And in Game 1, he had 13 points and 5 rebounds in what is characterized to made a TM3. Atit sa inyo ng bagong TM Discarte Sim, 30 pesos lang. May bagong diskarte ka na. Immensely long line of Cebuano hot shots. And Ginebra's had a winning record since acquiring the hitman from Red Bull.
Yung pagkalipat ni Valenzuela sa Ginebra, that left the original Red Bull lineup in the year 2000.
And for more on Junti Valenzuela, let's go to Eric Reyes.
Well, Miko, ito si Mark Kagiwa, ang laki ng team, lalo na pagdating sa crucial stretches of the ballgame. Miko?
Well, a lot will certainly agree with that observation, Eric. Meantime, here's Reed Huntilla, who has been shooting well in this game. Pinisi fires a pass para kay Bunsil. Bunsil has the ball with 15 to shoot. Red Bull down by 3. And now Horda
Movement without the ball.
with Valenzuela.
Ayan ang afro look. Alam mo, uso na naman yung pahabaan ng buhok.
Pag ginawa mo yan, Kirito, hindi ka lang El Decano. El Payaso ka ba?
Ayan, si Mike Hopper.
Here's Huntilla. Drop pass.
That he gets involved in the offense.
In a PBA, free agent pickup by Red Bull, but he's been around. Inside, Parada. Parada with nowhere to go. And still lots of time to shoot for Red Bull. Here's Nahorda, who's played well so far in this game. Back to Parada. And here's Parada. He fires. It's going to be a loose ball foul again. Kaibigan natin ng isang die-hard basketball fan, si Bayani Agbayani. Really, absolutely is crazy over basketball.
Oh, yes.
Mapa PBA, mapa NBA. Really loves the game.
It's yun, because it was a goaltending violation.
So now it's a 6-point.
Ang binigay sa Barangay Ginebra because it was a goaltending violation. Even if it was off a second free throw.
Here's Baguio. One-on-one. That's a 3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. And Reed Huntilla is...
Walang quality minutes ang binibigay ni Adam Parada for
crowd here. They'll also catch the second game of the semifinals between Magnolia and Air 21 later tonight. At ito po ang mga contestants sa PBA Sports Writing Contest. 40 participants trying to get the top prize of 30,000 big ones para sa PBA Sports Writing Contest. Ayan, si Mr. Tito Talao, si Mr. Nelson Beltran, at ang ating iba pang mga kaibigan from Press World. So here's Reed Huntilla, who's been the surprise package for Red Bull in the
thinking that he would pass. 12 points.
shoot. Baguio pa rin may tangan ng bola. Laban kay Kagiwa. Baguio fires and Kagiwa now with 14 points.
And more transition points for Barangay Ginebra. And yung one-on-one move. Hindi talaga kaya ni Parada, no? Alexander's always right there for the defense, but
by the way, nakita nyo sa inyong mga TV screens kanina, mga kaibigan natin from Press Row, Elon Galvez at the Bulletin. Also from the Bulletin and Tempo, and of course, Nelson Beltran writes for what paper? Of course, yan ang Philippine Star. Meantime, here's Kagiwa. Kagiwa on the move. That's a goaltend. 16 points to his name.
ito nakita natin yung shield provided by Rafi Rivas and the goaltend violation.
Then Ray back to the line, allowing us to say hi to John and Pam Pensotes. Quarter. Here's Elterbrand for 3 off the mark. Elterbrand on the move. Here's Salvacion outside Kagiwa. Kagiwa pounded by Baguio. Here's Rivas with 15 to shoot. Salvacion for 3. Here's Baguio. Try to go coast to coast. Oh, that's magic time! Woo! A last play here. Touch the sky with Skyrus Baguio.
Kaming dinaanan doon.
Here's another look. He goes behind the back. And against Rafi Rivas, not a problem. No look layup. What a guy.
Only he can do that. Eto, Bagyong Cyrus, mga kaibigan. Last four conferences, ito po mga kanyang points and assists. And he just keeps getting better and better. Cyrus Bagyo. Napapanahon na.
Time winding down here in the first half. It's a turnover. Apat ang inahabol ng Red seconds remaining. Here in the first half, it's a 30-second time. We try to make things happen here with 4 seconds to go. Hilterbrand scores!
Well, he at the floor, gave him a one-on-one opportunity. That's a perfect play.
Well, I don't think we're doing quite well, especially down on the defense. Our offense still kind of struggling, but hopefully next half we can pick it up.
Actually, very aggressive ka pa rin ngayon. You scored 15 points in the first game. Ngayon, halos 16, almost 20 points ka na.
Syempre, every semifinals na to, you gotta step up your game. You gotta be like siguro a Super Saiyan. Go to another level.
Thanks, see you in the second half.
I have to say X mark on that, even if the Barakos are shooting less than 30% from three-point distance. Second unit continuity, that's a plus mark for Ginebra. But then, the difference is not that big. It's just a +4 for Ginebra in terms of bench scoring.
So that is the Dean's list for Ginebra. Let's go over to the Red Bull side. They must be doing something right because, well, apparently parang hindi. Manay-X yan.
Although 2 out of 3 checks for Ginebra, those check marks, hindi masyadong malalaki yung difference. So, and that's why I think Red Bull is still in the game. Even as we score 3 X marks for Red Bull, no? Inside-outside attack, well, that's probably a half a check mark because the perimeter points, Barako has more than Ginebra, but the inside points, ang laki ni diferensya in favor of Ginebra, 30-14. And that's because parang Red Bull has no post threat with Ada Parada scoring only 4 points. No easy baskets in terms of offensive rebounding. That's what Ginebra has done so far in second chance point.
Muli po, ito ang ikalawang laro sa Best of 7 series sa pagitan ng Red Bull at Ginebra. This is Chapter 2 ng Royal Rambulan. One team gunning for domination and the other seeking redemption after a lopsided game in the first chapter of what promises to be an epic series between two epic.
Deepen his rotation when he's not providing.
To adjust yung kanilang zone defense because para sa Barangay Ginebra, they really have to work
for an emergency situation just to get their game going.
And as far as the other report ni Eric about the Manila, Nahorda, and Baguio all scored in double figures. A lot of those points were coming also from the inside. Although the perimeter points, I think Coach Yeng Giao must be very happy with the performance.
Ginebra 60-51 as Vic Penisi at courts. Rebound para kay Alexander. Here comes Hilterbrand. Hilterbrand of Mamaril!
First 5 ni Coach Joseph Pichico starting the second half, and it's Sunday Salvacion inside instead.
Here's Parada. Nice fake. And Parada.
It's stemming from the hamstring injury that he sustained back in game number 1.
Here's Hilterbrand. Baseline. Yes, sir. And Hilterbrand beginning to hum. Look out. Skyros Baguio.
Ang bilis!
At least kanya walang delay yung flights. Tinawagan ng foul as we enter this.
That's also the reason kung bakit
well, Skyros Baguio. Take a ride on my magic carpet. This happened back in the first half with a no-look layup. That's our boy Coke shot brought to you by Coca-Cola. Lahat ng shot, buksan mo. Remaining in the third period. Here's Hilterbrand. Look out. Points. For JJ Hilterbrand as Adriano then hits the deck. Pero meron siyang ball.
Ang napapansin natin dito, while Parada has been very inactive offensively, si Alexander has not been dominating. No? We expected him to be the first offense offensa ng Ginebra. And Coach Joseph Ichico, well, rightly so, he's going with his guards. Ito na,
Baguio with a steal against Helterbrand. Got it back.
Ay, siya na nagdap.
Puntilla provided quality minutes in the first half. And he makes the basket.
Walang atakot-takot. Riduntilia, you see that slight screen given by Adam Parada.
Puntilla was going to make an impact in the PBA. It's going to be with Red Bull. He's in the perfect team. Is Riduntilia, if you've watched him in the PBL, he's a look at the game, he will never show any hesitation.
At nabibigyan siya ng pagkakataon. Look at that, pick and roll.
8-point game para sa Ginebra. Here's Adriano and Junti Valenzuela. At here's another look at that play.
Well, gumalaw eh.
Artadi with 10 to shoot. Artadi on the move. Here's Mamaril firing away. And Alexander will get the ease.
Alexander to take care of the offensive rebound just in case he misses. From the University of California at Irvine.
Sa Ginebra, Mark Kagiwa, Paul Artadi, Billy Mamaril. Dahil napakaaga pa rito sa third quarter, sending Cyrus Baguio back to the line.
Helterbrand has been sent back in. 3 now. So it's a small combination on the floor for Ginebra. Small but speedy.
Here's Adriano. And Parada will get the 6-point game para sa Ginebra. And the loose ball is picked up by Mamaril. 7:36 remaining here in the third period as Artadi uncorks. Here's Baguio. Puntilla. Puntilla on the move. Back to Baguio. Baguio 4-3. Yes, sir! Bull trying to stay in the...
And ready to defend whatever they throw at us. We're going to have to match their intensity and go above that.
Para sa Ginebra, as we near the 7-minute mark of the third quarter, Alex Cresano is in the game para sa Ginebra. And here's Artadi with a looper. And Adriano had nowhere to go. Here's Artadi on the move. Artadi overtook Alexander. Oh, what a play.
He made contact at the release. Ito yung nangyari kanina, yung looper over the outstretched arms of the Red Bull defenders. At matatawagan yata ng technical foul si Vic Denisi. Ito yung perfect fast break play. Touches and
Here's Baguio with a nice move. Temporarily silence the Barangay inside the big dome. Here's Helterbrand.
now they're going to make the call. Skid.
Red Bull possession.
Walang foul.
Ginebra.
I think nag-switch yung defense doon ng Barangay Ginebra. Look at that crossover ni Artadi.
Here's Artadi once again.
And Artadi from advancing. Ito, tingnan natin.
And the door is shut.
Pagsak si
That should
Artadi.
hurt. Oh.
Well, that stopped the possible transition play by Barangay Ginebra.
Here's Artadi. And that is intercepted. Here comes Baguio on the move. Baguio all the way for two. It's a Red Bull. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Helterbrand for three. Yes, sir!
Scored 13 points here in the...
I believe a technical foul is called here. Oh, there's another technical foul. Hindi tayo nagkakamali. Parang dalawang technical foul yung tinawag.
Foul number 44, Chris Alexander.
Alexander with the foul.
Chris Alexander for the second of foul.
At may technical foul against Alexander.
Okay, so it's personal foul, which happens to be his fourth. He was given a technical.
Barangay Ginebra. May 15 points na si Baguio.
As Rivas sends the ball back to Kagiwa. They swing it over to Helterbrand from the same spot. Happy Rayback back to Baguio. Baguio bangs into Chris. Baka sa tingin. Sabi niya, paramihan na lang.
Sandali, akala ko ba giba ang bumangga? Yun ang tema natin sa Red Bull. Felt the impact of that collision with Alex Crisano missing his first free throw.
Lumipat yata yung ibang tattoo ni Crisano dito kay Baguio.
Ayun, ako. Si Alex Crisano, no less.
4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Lamang ang Ginebra, 87-76. Here's Kagiwa to Crisano. Back to Kagiwa. Kagiwa fires. Rayback forced to pass the ball. He threw it away. Here comes Artari on the move. And wait a minute.
Alam nila na shooters of
Piazada, he's had the hot hand here in the third quarter. Rayback. Here's Jojo Dunsil. And he is fouled. Oh! Extra motion.
a clear path to the basket, baseline drive at this stage.
And, you know, Crisano really better off staying away from that Red Bull bench.
Eto, panoorin natin kung ano nangyari.
Foul on 43, Alex Crisano.
Collision.
Technical foul on Alex Crisano.
Look, a swipe.
Technical foul.
Akala yata
Jojo
niya,
Dunsil.
akala niya siya si Nadal. Ginawang tennis ball yung bola. And it's a technical foul on Coach Yeng Giao. But there was a flagrant foul or technical foul on
Technical
Crisano
foul.
for extra motion.
Game, he's still inside. Nagkaroon sila ng collision upstairs. Ito, panoorin natin ulit. You see Crisano going up with the left arm
And you know, showing his serve and volley
Yeah.
game. Baka pwede mo kalaro yan sa racquetball. Ganito.
Ayun.
So after the move, and then slaps the ball straight into the face of Jojo Dunsin. Presence here inside the big dome. And Alex Crisano also a live wire presence on the court. One thing you can never accuse Alex Crisano is, you know,
Rated.
ay nagkataon yung mukha ni Dunsin nasa harap
Oh,
ng
yun
bola.
nga eh. He wanted to swat that ball away kasi
Actually, ito
Hindi
eh.
napigil eh.
Naghumingi na siya ng dispensa dito kay
he went
Jojo
over to
Dunsin.
Jojo Dunsil and apologized. Kasi I don't think he really meant it.
Yes, because he told Dunsin, don't worry, if I mean it, you'll feel it.
And now Crisano is taken out of the game. It goes back to the bench.
Just maybe the cool,
Oh,
to
I
cool
think
it first.
he's been ejected. He's been ejected. Na-eject si Crisano. Well, you know, as I said, now, may technical free throw dito. That face
Oh, yeah, so
of
from,
Jojo Dunsin.
right,
That deserves
is
ejection.
grounds for
Yeah,
ejection.
that deserves ejection.
whether it's
Whether accidental or whether he wanted to just swat the ball away in frustration, it just so happened nandun yung So it'll be 2 free throws here for Dunsil and ball possession for Red Bull. That's just to set the record straight. At malayo pa ang ball game. Malayo pa tayo rito. Hindi pa top quarter. Alexander with 4 personal fouls sitting on the bench. Parada still has to show his
So one more free throw here for Jojo Dunsin. Dahil flagrant
2.
foul penalty 2. No? Flagrant 2.
So nagkaroon ng personal foul, 2 free throws. Tapos nagkaroon ng flagrant 2. Another. Okay.
Eh, sulit naman pala.
Both teams are in the penalty.
So score natin, 88-79 in favor of Ginebra. Tuloy ang action dito. And here's an offensive foul against Parada.
You know, Artadi bounces off. Tawagan eh.
Under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Helterbrand for 3. And he is blistering here. Helterbrand who made a TM3 moments ago. Atid sa inyo ng bagong TM Discarte Sim 30. Boy, he only had 8.
Hindi pa ubos ang bala ni JJ Helterbrand. Patuloy ang kanyang paputok.
So TM3 na naman for Helterbrand as Jojo Dunsil answers back. Here's one more player, Melino Cruz.
Oh yes, got it done on the penetration. Hindi pumapasok yung mga 3-point shots ni Hildebrand. Ginebra could be in trouble right now.
Back inside the big dome. Big PBA Wednesday crowd. They're all saying a beautiful evening to everybody watching this game. Here's Hildebrand on the move. Bounce pass, make. The 5,000-point club.
Bumabalik. But you know, as far as Coach Joseph Vichico is concerned, he must be happy because
Meantime, the Horda with a sidestep beauty. 3 ball na Hildebrand. Hildebrand red hot in the second half. And Rivas scores off that.
you draw the defense towards you, and when you know that you don't have a shot, you pass it off to an open teammate. That's JJ Hildebrand.
Here's Kagiwa. Salvacion twirls, misses, misses, and the ball is 6 seconds to go. Hildebrand has the ball. Hildebrand with 27 points. Salvacion put back. No. Red Bull trying to bounce back in this semifinal series. Fourth quarter coming right up. The knockout blows early in the game. At hindi na nakabangon mula sa sahig ang Red Bull. The Red Bull, a proud team, will try to bounce back. Will try to equalize the series with a big win tonight. This game has been physical. Malalaman natin in one more quarter.
Those who are doing the treadmill right now, alam namin nakatutok kayo sa PBA. Pinanonood nyo ang TV.
Pesky defense si Celino Cruz ng JJ Hildebrand. Sabi ni Coach Yenggio, kahit daw makakashoot yung mga players ng Barangay Ginebra, basta just keep on the pressure. Pero yun nga lang, you know, yung lead players, pag napasahan kayo, be ready to shoot. Nico?
Well, salamat Eric Yengyao and rest of Red Bull Barako trying to keep Ginebra from pulling away in this game.
Salvacion. You know, Coach Joseph Vichico sticking to Sunday because of his defense and his outside shooting capability. He's 0 out.
Bounce pass it intended for Rivas. Naagaw ni Celino Cruz. Cruz on the move. Cruz all the way. The Hordas put back. Yun po ang panglimang personal foul ng import ng Red Bull. Pinisi is set.
Kagiwa, it's Octavian Hildebrand now because Hildebrand has been waxing hot. And look at the personal fouls.
Here's Baguio. Celino Cruz, open shot. Here's Artadi, he'll take that shot. No goal, that would have brought the
Offensive rebound, giving Ginebra another chance at the basket.
Hildebrand for 3. In and out. Here's Baguio. Slicing through.
Wala lang makakapagpigil sa kanya. Complete denial on Skyrus Baguio. Once he puts the ball on the floor and he's going straight to the hole, who can stop him? Here's an offensive foul against Rayback, Celino Cruz, and Baguio in the game. 54% from 3-point distance.
98-87, lamang ang Ginebra. Here's Alexander, Hildebrand, short. Rivas with another offensive rebound. Bagong shot clock na naman para sa Ginebra.
Yan ang mabigat sa Barangay Ginebra. Even if Alexander is not getting you the offensive rebounds, there's help.
Back in time for the resumption of the fourth quarter.
That's the stabilizer. Umatake ngayon ng Red Bull. Take a look at this factor. Yung no easy basket, offensive rebounding, Barangay 19 na. And that's leading to second chance points, usually putbacks.
Here's Mamaril. Salvacion putback is good, plus a foul.
And Coach
Si Reed Huntilla ang tinawagan ng foul is fourth personal. Yan po pang-apat laban sa Red Bull. There's Jongo Vichico talking with Juno Sauler, one of his trusted assistant coaches. At ito na ang pinakamalaking lamang ng Ginebra. 101-87. Here's Huntilla. Ito'y lamang ng 14 na puntos as Penisi and Cruz. Offensive rebound for Rayback. Here's Nahorda. Nahorda
Now is up on his feet. He's ready to check back in. The next opportunity. Puntilla continue. Wala naman si Chris Alexander, who's the shot blocker ng Ginebra. So the Red Bull is moving inside, closer and closer.
Pushing down number 7, McKinsey. That's his first foul. 5.
Big contribution. Iriv is off the boards or off the glass.
So both imports, despite teetering on the brink of foul. Here's Juntilla. He's played well para sa Red Bull, but he throws the ball away.
At half court. No need for that.
Mamaya magharap muli ang Magnolia at Air 21. Magnolia Express Game 2 of their best of 7 affair after this game. Alexander outside, Junti. Valenzuela on the move, but he loses the ball. But it's picked up by Rivas, and here's Artadi. Artadi with a runner. And no basket for Ginebra. Here comes Cyrus Baguio against Rivas, and it's a goaltending violation.
Tell you, once Baguio is on the move, he is unstoppable. Ito, hinabol niya, oh.
Just a tad late. Keeping Red Bull in the game. Bola ngayon na kay Valenzuela. Cross court, Artadi with 6 to shoot para sa Ginebra. Artadi will try to make things happen. And the runner is no good. But he gets the ball back and Rivas will score. Meantime, here's Baguio, a bit out of control. Napulot ni Nahorda. Nahorda with a reverse. Oh, it goes in.
What a beautiful shot.
Para kay Nahorda, he had 19 in game 1. He's been consistent.
Alexander, the first option. Ito, ang puntos and rebounding ni Alexander, 18 to 18. He's a 20-20 player. Here's a steal.
And here's Baguio once again. But he loses the ball. And trying to give up that foul. Trying to give up that foul. Oh, it's a kick ball. All right, it's a kick ball against Artadi. So no fouls called.
Sa pagod ni Artadi.
And he's all tuckered out.
Yeah, he just went.
Adam Parada, who has 5 fouls, and Reed Juntilla. Missed by Nahorda in the move. Chris Alexander, handoff, Kagiwa.
Supposed to be the recipient. Siya ngayon ang pumapasa.
Here comes Parada. Off the glass is good.
14 quiet points for the big. Well, more si Alexander because you know that he's capable of putting up big numbers. But actually, he has big numbers. He's got 18 points. Yun nga lang, hindi siya yung first option dito eh.
For Chris Alexander, magmula nung siya'y dumating para sa Ginebra, he has been nothing but Alexander the Great. He is #1 overall in field goal percentage, #1 overall in rebounds. And he's showing us why. No surprises here. He's the best shot blocker in the PBA today. And because of him, Ginebra is on a 9-game winning tear. Chris Alexander tonight shooting 8 out of 10 with 18 points, 18 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 shots.
Alexander.
Saludo.
Kasi yun ang palagi
Salud.
niya ginagawa. Nagsasaludo. Nahorda. Yun lang nagkukulang sila sa outside shooting and they have not been consistent in making those outside shots. So yung inside-outside attack ng Red Bull, medyo nagkukulang. Red Bull, medyo nagkukulang. And I think they will call a foul, a loose ball foul. Si Penisi yata natawagan. That's it for him. It's over for Mick the Slick. And he held down. You watch it there. He held down. Naku, he held down Billy Mamaril. That was very clear.
Unproductive night for Mick Penisi.
That's right. 0 out of 3 from the floor.
More fouls.
Yeah, no, to be consistent from the outside. He's the league's #3 3-point shooter, hitting 40.6% from that distance. We're talking of Rayback, the radar. Etong free throws natin, no?
unless Red Bull can come up with a comeback of biblical proportions here with 3:25 to go. As Rebas Alexander, who is on the verge of fouling out, and he gets shot blocked by Parada. 5 to shoot for Ginebra, and it's a traveling violation against Valenzuela. Well, enough time for one last push to try and get back in the game. That was an open shot by Parada. He fakes, he drives, he misses.
Too strong, and he was all alone for that one. Look at Alexander. A gimme back.
What will Red Bull do to get back in the game with just 2:27 remaining as Parada scores outside Kagiwa. Kagiwa on the move. Rebound for Parada. And that's a turnover. Tough break. That's a tough lead. Mark Kagiwa helping out in this cause with his No Fear fearless move of the game. Brought to you by No Fear Underwear. Got the balls for it. Up against Reed Huntilia. Here's Elterbrand. Valenzuela.
Supposed to be the stabilizer. Turnover against Juti, giving Red Bull another opportunity.
Leading candidate for our best player of the game.
But that's a penalty situation ngayon ng Ginebra.
Here's Baguio for 3.
Oh yes, they don't need a 3. They need to be able to hit the shot quickly.
To a 7-point lead. Here's Kagiwa. Fires, misses. Pero napunta kay Nahorda. Red Bull is still in the game, no doubt. Huntilia for 3. And a long rebound is picked up by Baguio. And they need to score in a hurry. Here's Parada.
No goal. Consistency from the outside. That made the difference. At saka yung depensa ng Ginebra. Parada again showing signs of immobility in this game. So you wonder whether he's 100%. It's now 2-0 for Barangay Ginebra over Red Bull sa ating best of 7 semifinals.
Chris Alexander and the Gin Kings. Winners anew. Jong Chico is now 2 games ahead in this best of 7 affair. Diskarte sin 30 pesos lang. May bagong diskarte ka na, none other than JJ Helterbrand.
Oh, kita mo naman ang ginawa nyo. 6 out of 12 3-pointers for JJ Helterbrand. That's 6 out of the 9 converted by Barangay Ginebra from 3-point distance.
And here's our Gatorade game turning point brought to you by Gatorade. Is it in you?
Ito yung big miss ni Adam Parada. He was wide open for that shot, although he didn't have the angle. And that created an opportunity for an easy 2 points on the other end. Naka 20 points din si Alexander. Parada's player of the game, no other than JJ Helterbrand, 19 in the third period. I think that's 16 in the third period. But anyway, that's 27 points for JJ Helterbrand with 9 assists. And remember, he got into early foul trouble, but he certainly made up for lost time.
So once again, Ginebra now ahead 2 games to none in this best of 7 affair. Nanalo laban sa Red Bull 111-104 here in Game 2. Coming up next, Game 2 between Magnolia and Air 21. Magnolia ang lamang sa seryeng iyan. 1 game to none, but Air 21 who has their import back. Pangalan ni Eric Reyes, Marga Vargas, Kinito Henson, I'm Miko Halili saying good night from the Big Dome, Vela Alta, Filipinas. This is the PBA on ABC.